Okay, big video today. This is about positive and negative transmutation of energy. This honestly wasn't something that I thought about before until earlier this week. I had a session with a client, and you know who you are, thank you, because he gave me really great insight that it is possible to have negative transmutation of energy as well as positive. Now, you may be thinking, what? Transmutation, what? Of energy, what? So I'm going to break it down and explain it. There's a couple of concepts that I just want to make sure make sense first of all. First up is that time and energy are different. Okay, let me give an example. I could spend loads of time keeping myself busy in a work context. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm putting my true energy into it, just keeping myself busy. So that's the first thing to keep in mind. Time and energy are different, two different things. Secondly, it's possible, I'm just about to cross the road if I slow down, it's possible to overextend and underextend, but it's possible to overextend in any area of life. And what do I mean by overextend? Giving it too much of our energy, that it means that it has negative consequences in other areas of our life. For example, I'm just going to keep on using work or porn actually, because that's specifically what we're talking about. Would you agree that if I spent too much energy in work or too much energy on watching porn, that it would have a negative impact on other areas of my life? I think we can agree that yes is the answer to that. So that means that I would be overextending myself in that area. So let me come back to transmutation of energy. I'm going to stop for a second. Positive, negative, and what the hell I'm talking about. Okay, so I want you to have a think about where in areas of life you may have overextended, personal and professional. And what I mean by this is where you may have put energy in at an increased rate. You've done more and more and more of it over time, and as a result of that, there's been negative consequences on other areas of your life. So Napoleon Hill, in his book Think and Grow Rich, talks about transmutation of sexual energy. And I hadn't really considered up until that point that we have energy and we actually can choose to channel that into wherever we choose to put it. Sexual energy, of course, is the energy of desire. It's a fundamental part of being a human being, just like the energy that we put into finding food or finding income to be able to put a roof over our head. Right? So we have these kind of energies or desires that we're born with for us to just be able to survive as a human race. And I think that's really what most of this comes down to, how we choose to channel the natural energy and natural desires that we have. If I overextend in any one of those areas, sex, which includes porn, food, including junk food, money, for example, if I focused too much on activities to generate money and forgot about the rest of my life, then that's going to have an impact. So what I'd like you to think about is, yes, the areas of life that you have overextended in, and just perhaps if you have a pen and paper, start to write some of those down. And what does it mean? So let's get to the point here. What does it mean when we overextend? Well, let's say over a period of time, if I watch more and more porn, there of course is going to be negative impacts in other areas of my life. If that's my self-esteem, perhaps that's my intimate relationships, perhaps it means that I struggle to get hard in an intimate relationship. Okay, and there's reasons why that's happened, because we've overextended. Exactly the same for career. If I overextend and spend more and more and more time on my career and start to neglect other areas of my life, my sexuality in terms of intimacy, passion with my relationship, the relationship's going to suffer. So what does this mean? I would like you to imagine a piece of pie, right? And we'll just split it in like a pizza, splitting it into 8 pieces. Top to bottom, side to side, and then at the diagonals. Imagine this represents all the different areas of your life that are really important to balance. So for example, intimate relationships, finances, time, giving back, all these different things, physical fitness. What we're going for here is a balance. Imagine if I took 5 or 6 of those 8 pieces of pie and channeled it all into sex desire. Then of course all of the other areas are going to suffer. This is natural. This is what will happen, and it's not good. So I would like you to consider how your pie looks. What are the areas of life that are important to you? And if it helps to break them down into 8 different areas, actually do a similar exercise with clients, and to understand which are you giving today the most energy to. Which today are you giving the most energy to? And remember, we said energy is different to time. I want you to really consider where you're giving the most actual energy, most of your resources to. And just have a think, does it feel balanced or does it not? Okay, and if it doesn't feel balanced, then I suggest that we have a conversation, right? That we jump on a call and just have a free couple of sessions together. There's no charge for this, because we'll just figure out if it's the right thing to work with each other. I would like to share a couple of tools with you so that you can start to fix this, and we just see, we take it from there. There's no pressure around that at all. Below you will see my email address. If you would like to take me up on that, then please just drop me actually, you know what I'll do is I'll put the direct link in this in the comments to book a call, so that we can just do that and cut out the middle piece. But equally, if you don't want to do that, that is absolutely fine. But please take this information and just have a reflection on your own life, where you're at right now, and are you overextending energy into a particular area? And if yes is the answer, it's time to figure out what the next step is now to be able to change this and get more balance, bring more balance back. Wrapping this all up, it is totally possible to transmute energy in negative and in positive ways. It's totally possible to overextend and it becomes a negative transmutation of energy. We focus too much of our energy in one area, other areas are going to take the hit for that, and that's of course a negative impact. So it's time to think about your life and where you may be overextended. Thank you.